Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night UFO spiritual talk show, or spiritual UFO talk show. I'm CmdrAleon. Welcome. It's a little bit early. We had a good bit of snow here in New England, and it's now over with. It's now about 10:19 p.m. Good evening, Spiritual Spot. Good to see you always. B World. Hey, Pretty Angel. Everybody, James, a.k.a. The Gaz, L1NC1. Rachel, Tree Talker, good thing. Crazy Horse, welcome to the show. Gary Haas, 517, Sam Wise, everybody coming in here. Mystic, good to have you with us. 787, good to have everybody with us. So let's get it going. We want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. Now it's early now, so I'm coming on earlier tonight. We should be able to hit 100,000 likes by midnight. So we're going to go till about 12 midnight. Almost 2 hours. Hey, Lori, good evening. Get everybody here. And also, just to let you know, here's the rules of the Encounters show. For anyone who's new, you must be over 18 to come on live. Number 2, no vaping, no smoking, no drinking, no drugs on the show. That's number 2. Number 3, no foul language of any sort. If I bring you on live, I try to keep the show at the highest positive level here. Always. And let's see, what's the other part of it? I think that's really the main parts. And I guess number 4 is, if you have over 1,000 followers, if you're going to come on live, we'd like to get you on camera as opposed to just see your little picture. So if you want to come on live, prepare yourself to be ready to go on camera. If you have circumstances where you can't come on camera, that's fine too. But if you can, it's always nice to do interviews with people really there, Waste of time. I've got one for you. Waste of time. What is the one that you have for us we're going to be bringing people on in a little bit here. We just got on here, so we will bring guest interviews on here. If you wish to be a guest, tell us what you, in relation to the Encounter show, UFO sightings, visitations, disclosure. Those are the 3 areas, crop circles. We even talked about Bigfoot on here. Anything that's related to this. Hey, Richard Dawson, good to see you. Mark, welcome to the show. Hey, Tippy Toes. Good to have you with us, Tippy Toes. Deborah, good. Thank you for the likes. Please, everybody, when you're coming on here, start pressing the like button. We're going to go for 100,000 likes tonight by midnight. So we're at 2 point. We just got on here, so it's early. But we want to make it to 100,000 by midnight. That means everybody in the show gets involved. This is a show where it's interactive. I get everybody in my show involved. And, that's just because it's a show. It's not just a TikTok thing where people are on here doing nothing or arguing with each other or falling asleep. Hey, Carrie, we're doing better. We're definitely doing better. I stayed home for one day today. Well, you had the snowstorm, so I wasn't going anywhere. Hey, O'Shea, good to see you. So we've been just taking care of the body, and Ashley went outside and into the snow, so that was good, and then came back inside from being in the snow. We had a good bit of snow in Connecticut here. Some places had over a foot of snow. We luckily did not where we were, but other places did. So we didn't. I don't know how much snow we have. I think we had probably maybe 6 inches, 5 or 6 inches. I really don't know where we are, but other places near us got over a foot of snow. I'd still love to tell you guys about my out-of-body experience. Oh, Richard Dawson. Yeah, we can definitely do that. We're going to get to interviews in a few minutes. So stay tuned, folks. We will be definitely doing that. I also encourage people, if you like what you see here, you can go to my Venmo, my Cash App on my main page. There's a link to my Venmo, and that's a quick way of helping support what we do. My Venmo, if you have Venmo on your app on your phone and you use Venmo, I think Venmo is a part of PayPal. So if you do that during the show, you can use my Venmo. We do have tonight, let's see here. We have 33 of 100 subscribers, and we're going for 5 galaxies in the next 2 hours of the show. So I'm setting up the galaxies, but you can gift whatever you wish. That's just what I'm setting up. So we do gifting on here during the show. We encourage it. And for the work we do, the time we put into all the things we do here for disclosure and wasted time. We're going to be bringing people on, man. Let me see here. You only have 48 followers, man. So we're following you, but we can't get you on. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the hanging lights, Deborah. Yeah, wasted time. When you get to 200 followers, then we can bring you on. Yeah, you might not know this, but you got to get to minimum 200 for audio. Once we get up to 1,000, you can go on audio and video. So, man, that's a bummer. But we'll get you on, with your story. We'll get you up there. And hello, everybody. Good to see you, Stargazer, everybody in there. Dustin, everybody coming in here. Ugg, good evening. Good to see you as well, Jamie. Everyone out there, I'm just catching all the names. Some people already in here. Jimmy, welcome to the show. And this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on any social media. Now, we don't have the big studios and the big microphones and all that jazz, but we have the real deal here. That's why the show is so popular. Hey, Jimbo Cooley, good to see you, Jimbo. Hey, Cheryl. All the good people coming in here. No problem, Dustin. Always good to see you, brother. And all the people coming in here, all the new people coming in here, I'll give you some bio background. I like to do a little quick background of who I am. So I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I've been working, hey, Deborah, thank you. I've been working with the command before there was any internet websites for the Ashtar Command. So I've been working with them directly, telepathically for years in my adult life. I'm also from Mars originally, here on Earth mission. Mystic Marvin, thank you. So I know everything about the planet Mars. People have always asked me questions about the planet Mars, and I can tell you many things about Mars that people on Earth don't know. I also work in cosmic Christed consciousness, always 24 hours a day. In my workshops, I take people off planet. In direct physical workshops, I've taken people off planet where they keep a journal. I take them to a ship that's as big as the planet Earth. It's a living ship, so to speak. So there's a lot of things I know. And I'm sort of like a cosmic book here when I get on here. So if there's something I don't know, I'll refer to somebody else if they have the answer. But for most cases, if it's dealing with the galactic area, I'm pretty good with that. I'm glad I come on tonight. I'm glad you're here, Dustin. Always, brother. Insights. Good to have you with us, Insights. I've been watching a lot if movie. Raptor 77, you've been watching a lot if movie. I'm not quite sure what that means. You've been watching a lot of movies. Hey, Dean, good to see you. Gustav, hey, that's a good name. Gustav, welcome to the show. Good to have all the people coming in here. I'm trying to Chris Reeler. Welcome to the show, Chris. Ty's So Serious. I like that name, Ty So Serious. Ted, I'm watching all these names coming in here. Tanner, thanks for joining us, Tanner. Harry Mingo. Joker. A lot of good names. Maria, welcome to the show. How many are on the Galactic Federation ships above us? Well, Primitive Lotus, good to see you. So I don't really focus on the Galactic Federation people. I can tell you overall, the one big area that covers every single spiritual planetary system is the Ashtar Galactic Command. They oversee all these other different councils below the command level, and they're all in a Christed frequency. So it's hard to say. There's probably, above us, it's hard to say. But there are, if you're asking me specifically how many ships are above us, I would say that's impossible to say because they can come and go. They come and go all the time. But when contact eventually starts happening, you're going to see a large armada of ships that will come to Earth. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty certain, even though the Pentagon or NORAD is not talking about it, I'm pretty sure they're watching fleets of ships that are coming towards Earth right now. Now, I can't prove this, nor will I try to prove it. But I do have a feeling very strongly that there are many fleets that are coming to Earth. Now, when they're going to come specifically, I can't give you a date or a time. But I know that there are fleets of ships coming here. And when I say fleets of ships, there are star people coming here, specifically who are coming here at this time because it's time for them to come here. There have always been, for billions of years, different intergalactic spaceships and people coming and going to Earth before we even lived in this current history time, right? So to answer your question is, yes, there's many coming. A lot of these craft are cloaked. Some of them cannot be seen. They come in and out of our dimensional frequency, so it's constant. Yes, we're in contact with her, Crazy Horse, and we're working out some details, and I'll give you more updates for everybody when I get those details set up with her. We will give you more updates on Shy. Welcome everybody coming into the show. This is Encounters. You might have heard about the show on TikTok or on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube. This is where the show happens, right here. Our Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel on YouTube is where you can watch other shows that we've done previously. The one I did last night, which was fantastic. Primitive Lotus, thank you for the roses. I'm also host on WESU NPR Pacifica Radio with the Ashtar Command Radio Show. It's the first Ashtar Command radio show on FM radio, on any radio station, and I started it 21 years ago. And they actually told me, I can do the show. And so we're an NPR Pacifica affiliate station where you broadcast internet worldwide, FM, all the way up to Vermont and Eastern Long Island. And I've been doing that Ashtar Command show for about 21 years. It's also called Cosmic Eye Ashtar Command Radio. So I'm just giving you kind of a background of my experiences. I'm also coordinator of C5 in the United States here in New England. We have a large C5 contingency of people that are involved. We're doing 2 C5 events in April of this year, and we'll have more on that as we get closer to that. Jude, welcome. Anna, hello. Good to see you. Hey, Pete Star TV. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's well. And 333ism, I like that. Laura J, thanks for the likes. Jario, Lino, Eric Lawson, welcome to our show. Hey, Apollo, welcome to the show. I am absolutely fantastic. I'm on top of the world. I know you are, man. You always are. Hey, Johnny of the Third Kind, one of my moderators. Hey, good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in here. And we like to do interviews with new people, and I don't mind having people on who have been on before with new information. Hey, Rob, good to see you, brother. Hey, Linda Lovely, good to see you. Blessings. Lavola, hey, Lavola, good to see you as well. So we like to, on this show, we do interviews, and we try to keep it where we can get a whole story from somebody. So I've tried the whole thing of multiple people being on. It gets a little bit crazy. So I'll try to do at least 1 or 2 people at a time when I do my interviews. And then we get the whole story from that person. We get to know what their UFO sighting was. We get to know if they were visited by space people, what that's about. We get to know whatever it is related to the subject. And I think we learn a lot more that way than we do if I have 10 people on at once. It gets too crazy. I had a contact. I was visited. We can bring you on. You're going to be our first. Don't go anywhere, Lakayai. You have 211 followers, so we're going to bring you on as our first guest in a few minutes. Okay? You'll be our first guest. I'm very interested in visitation stories, so I'd love to hear that. I'm sure. Hey, David, good to see you, brother. I'm really happy on this show to hear the story. Okay, so, and if other people have 200 plus followers, if you have a story related to being visited by star people, if you live in an area where there's been crop circles, if you have recorded UFO sightings or spaceships in your area over your land and skies above you, tell me that you want to have your story told. Don't be afraid to be on the show. We treat everybody with respect here. I've been broadcasting for a lot of years, but I'm also a contactee, which I left out. So I've had contact with space people when I was a kid in the 60s, positive space beings, just so you know. So this is a different kind of show because a lot of these other shows, they wear suits and ties. And in many cases, they're just doing a show and trying to look professional and everything. I just want to keep it real. And this show, we keep it real. And it's always the way it will be. So we're going to bring on our first guest. And those that are not guests yet, don't be afraid. If you have an encounter, visitation, think about it as you're listening to the show. Get yourself comfortable, take a deep breath. And we love to have people on here to talk about your experiences. We just want to have an idea. Before I put you on, you have to type in on the thing here what it is you want to talk about. So we're going to bring in our first guest, and who has over 200 followers, so she or he can go on audio here. So I just invited them. All they have to do is press the LACA. Just press. There you go. And welcome to the show. Good evening.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And we appreciate you. Whereabouts are you around the planet?
Right now, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
I just recently moved here.
Oh, great.
But my origins came from the Caribbean island of Jamaica.
Okay.
As a child, I seem to have went through a lot of strange occurrences, and I have witnesses. I was not the only one that saw it. Okay, so between the age of 5 and 8, I was always a child that was fascinated with the universe. I always came out on my porch to look at the sun because I felt like it gave me power. And I also told my mom that I was not her child. I was only brought here because she was the most suitable one to protect me. Anyway, I came out one morning and the sky was totally clear, perfect, no clouds. And I'm staring at the sun. I lived in this district called St. Anne's, which is It's a tourist area. It's located close to Ocho Rios in Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay, and I could see the ships coming in. I could see the ships passing by. It was just an open space. I came out one morning, and like I said, it was perfectly clear. And out of the blue came this cloud. Okay, this is the formation of cloud. They seem to pop up out of the blue. This eventually seemed to open up into a portal. It became round. It just got big into this round cylinder shape. Out of this shape came an additional cloud. You would not see it on the backside of the cloud, but this huge cloud seems to come out. Well, I'm standing there on the porch, right? And I'm looking and I could see there's like a shadow in this cloud. Any which way, it shifts over this open sea, this water base. And out of this water comes a projectile. As a child at my age, I didn't realize that this had the probability of being a torpedo or whatever.
Yeah.
But out of the cloud came a lightning that hit the water. And then the cloud made an abrupt shift. The story gets more interesting. This is just the good part. Okay.
Yeah, let's keep going.
It made an abrupt shift. And then it seemed like it's raining. But now that I'm older, I'm realizing it wasn't raining. It was actually absorbing. Whatever hit under the water, it started to take it up. Because within, let's say, a minute or two, I noticed the ship that's coming from my left and it's firing its cannons. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm looking at this like, wow, what the hell is going on? Military exercise. This is what I'm saying in my mind. It's a military exercise. Okay? It's firing its cannon, but when I look, it's firing towards this cloud. Out of this cloud comes another so-called electrical or lightning. And it hits the ship. And the ship becomes disabled. It hits the ship and the ship becomes disabled. Now the guns have stopped and it's nothing but smoke. I run from the front of the house to the back of the house to summon my mom to tell her what's happening. She refused to come to the porch. Okay, not a problem. She's busy. I understand. I'm young. I run back to the front. When I get to the front, everything is missing. You're telling me I'm seeing miles of water. And all of a sudden, this ship is gone. It brings a certain
Can,
essence of fear inside of me.
can you
Now,
describe though what the ship looked like for our audience here on Encounters?
okay, it is pretty much a military boat. What we see
Hmm.
as military ship that is deployed by the army,
Right.
several cannons, metal,
Okay.
big, strong.
Hmm.
I'm in Ocherius, the district called Senans Bay,
Hmm.
51A Main Street, because they destroyed that structure because they said it was haunted. By my common sense thinking, I realized that there were portals there, and that entity that came from me keep coming back. So they had to
So you say,
destroy.
well, let me slow you down. Let's slow you down here. This is part of what's getting interesting here. I listen to every single word. So you talked about an extraterrestrial being coming back for you. Can you explain
Correct.
that?
Yes. After this happened, and I came back and I went to the porch. I'm looking, nothing is there. And curiosity kills the cat. Now I'm walking the length of the porch and looking for where what's the possibility that this ship could have disappeared. This smoking ship, this huge ship could
Hmm.
have disappeared. I'm looking. I get to the end of the porch and I look over my neighbor's house because I was like, the house that I'm living in is porch on a hill. So I
Okay.
have great view. I see the smaller cloud, and within the smaller cloud lies some type of machinery that I've never experienced because it's given the sound that I've never experienced.
Hmm.
Let's say,
When
let's
you
say
say
if
this, when say in the cloud, you're talking about machinery in the cloud. This is Encounters, the number one UFO spiritual talk show. We're talking with Laka. What's your first name?
I would pronounce it Laka J. This is the name my mom
Uh,
called me.
oh, Laka J. Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay,
So,
this is the reason
as you,
why I kept it, because she
right.
seems to know who I was at my very young age, and she was the
Hmm.
only one that called me this name. So I
Hmm.
kept it.
What about the
Okay,
cloud? You're talking
this
about
number.
just a moment ago. This cloud, was there like a sort
Yes,
of a spaceship in the cloud that you were seeing? Can you
there
describe
was
it?
something in the cloud. It was the size of what I would consider a Black Hawk helicopter,
Hmm. A Black
and
Hawk helicopter.
yeah, and it didn't make the sound of it because helicopters used to land close to me at the ball field, which was
Hmm.
approximately less than a quarter mile from me. I could see them when they landed. Okay.
Hmm.
But it gave the sound of what now that I would associate with a hybrid engine. That
Okay. Yeah.
okay. It
So it
started with
doesn't sound, go ahead, but it doesn't sound extraterrestrial. Is there a point where, because you mentioned the military thing, the cannons, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
no,
Where
no,
does
no,
it
no.
switch over?
No, 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 no.
Explain a little bit more.
We're
Go
going to
ahead.
switch over to the extraterrestrial. I gave you pretty much.
It's more of a background. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm giving you the background. This is
I
what it
gotcha.
is. Okay. Now that night, that's where the problem started. I was sleeping in my bed. I had family over. So I have witnesses. I have my cousin, my supposedly aunt, my brother, myself, and my mom. My father worked at the nearby hotel that was located in Ocherius, and I'm in
Hmm.
St. Anne's Bay. I'm giving
Okay.
you direct information so you can
Right.
research
Right.
it.
Right.
Okay. So he used to come home late. So because of the fact that I had relatives sleeping over, I was removed from my normal sleeping position and I had to sleep with my mom. Now I'm sleeping with my mom. All of a sudden I feel something tugging on me. It was
Hmm.
cold. Felt like there was some form of nails when it pulled me. Initially
Oh
I
my
thought it
gosh.
was my dad that what came back home
Hmm.
late night and was surprised by my presence in the bed and he's trying to remove
Hmm.
me.
Right.
I was a little feisty little child, so I snapped. I hid it
Hmm.
away. But any which way, I knew I had to roll or give him room because I'm sleeping with my mother. He probably
Right.
wants to sleep with my mom close.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I rolled to the edge of the bed. This is where the drama starts.
Okay.
Um, Something leans on my mouth, and I thought it was my pet dog, Brownie. But we never keep dogs inside of the house, so that was a red
Hmm.
flag.
Okay.
We're in Jamaica. This is not America. We don't keep pets inside.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
and my energy started. I could feel a certain weakness. Whatever is on me is
Mm-hmm.
literally sucking the life out of me.
Oh my God,
And
man.
you know, I'm in bed and I'm wondering what the hell is going on. I could hear Brownie outside barking, my dog barking,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And for some reason, I don't know, it stopped. I was literally done when it stopped. And I gained enough energy to pretty much start to move my hand to strike it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that process, I actually touched the body. It was a scale, it was a ear follicle, a scale, very cold ear
Mm-hmm.
follicle. Then when I seemed to get up to the shoulder or the head region, it
Right.
became somewhat like a furry situation. I by then I
Right.
had gained enough energy that I struck it. When I struck it, all I saw was two red eyes that popped up in front of me. This thing
Really?
started to stand up. This thing started to stand up, and while it's standing up, it is levitating, and it has me in grasp of gravitational position that is actually turning me from my side position to my back position. My mother
Hmm.
feels me struggling, wakes up, and she starts to scream out, Jesus Christ. This thing levitates across my bed. And the room that I used to sleep in is adjoining to my room. That's where my brother is
Mm-hmm.
located with my aunt and my. He wakes up hearing my mother crying and he runs. This thing is in the doorway between the two rooms. When he turns the corner, he slaps it. This creature slaps my brother and he falls to the ground in a fetal position. By then,
Oh my
my
God.
eyes are like foggy. Listen, it has the shape of what I would consider Anubis, god of death.
Okay. So do
Now,
you think?
Anubis, the god
So
of
do you,
death.
do you think your experience was just basically a negative ET to get really direct with it? Like, because that sounds like a lower level ET more than anything else.
Right, but it was here to destroy me. It was here to destroy me because now at age 60, I started to find out that I am purposed. I was here for a reason. So that
Right.
interaction that I had at that time was an assault on me to actually stop me in the roots. There was
Now,
something that
now let me ask
happened
you a question.
previous to me.
Let me ask you a question though. Did you? Well, I
Yes,
don't
sir.
suspect. I get the feeling now, and I could be wrong. That did you operate in Christ consciousness at that time, or did you not? Were you not aware what that meant?
No, at that
You know what
time,
I
I
mean?
really was. I'm going to be honest. At age 5 and 8, I'm not aware of Christ, but I did come
You
from
go,
a
yeah,
Christian
5 or 8
family.
years. You're just a little kid. You don't know. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
really. You
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna paint a picture for you to give me acceptance.
No,
I really
that's
don't
why I'm
care.
asking you. No, I'm just
Yes,
asking you a question because you're a kid. Some kids. I mean, when I was a kid, I knew nothing about that too. But
nothing,
your experience is
nothing,
very interesting. So yeah, go ahead.
nothing. I went to Catholic school for most of my life. That is something
Right.
that is obvious because, but let me explain. I realized that it didn't start there. When I was a child, as a newborn, my mom told me about this scenario that she used to work. My dad used to work at the Hilton in Miami Bay. That's in Ocho Rios, close to Ocho Rios. Between Ocho Rios and
Yeah.
San Antonio Bay, there's this area that the tourists go to. That's it. This is the hotel scene. This is a tourist scene.
Hmm.
My dad was an engineer. My mom, she did different type of job, and part of the jobs that she did, she also gave the services of being a babysitter.
Hmm.
When I was newly born, she had a job to go and make and be a babysitter for this couple that was visiting
Hmm.
the island. When
Yeah.
she went, the couple decided not to go. So when she returned, she couldn't find me. I was living
Yeah.
in this street called Park Avenue that is located in Sundance Bay, that's close to the the library in St. Anne's. I have all receipt. This is not a story. This is an experience. When she came home, she couldn't find me. She left me in the care of my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
slash aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave her directive that if there was anything that she could not handle, she needed to go to this individual. So when she came home and didn't find me, she started to proceed to this individual's house. But because in
Okay.
Jamaica we don't have fences between yards, she was walking
Okay.
through the backyards. When she started to move through the backyard, she found me on a altar, wrapped in white with a dagger.
Huh.
Wrapped in white.
Really?
Interesting. Wrapped in white with a dagger. This is when she took me away. It was a big scandal in St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that happened with this extraterrestrial scenario that this creature came in the house was at 51A Main Street, St. Anne's Bay. You could Google it. They tore down that building because there was a recurrent situation between where you had entities constantly coming in because they moved it from a house into a church. And even when they moved it into a church, these entities just came back. And the promises that they were looking for me, because I'm supposed to be this individual that is supposed to speak a truth that will open up the minds and ears of the individuals or humans, that they will start to see a light and a difference in our existence. I don't know
Right.
how
So
true that is.
basically, I want to jump in here a little bit. So let me jump in here just a little bit as host.
Go ahead.
So you're watching Encounters. The Encounters, we have Laka in here, and we're glad to have him in here. And that's what we do here. We have different stories that you won't hear on the big networks. They won't talk about this stuff. Yeah, we're still here. Can you hear me?
Hello.
So can you hear me? Are you still there?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm just telling people that they're watching. This is our show here. But the thing is, since going, like when you were a kid, you went through a lot of stuff with those negative ETs. Now at your age, not being an adult, now you're not 5 or 8 years old anymore. What has changed in your life? You would be considered what we call a star seed. Star seeds are ones that come to Earth with a mission. You have a mission. Obviously, you know that. You already know your mission.
Yes, my mission is to change the perspective. What I've found out is that my mission is to change the perspective of mankind, to understand that there's a truth beyond what we have been given as a narrative. And that truth has been holding us down, that we have more control over the life that we live because we have given that to the powers that be. And the powers that be is basically manipulating us. We have more power than they let us know. And this is our reality. And this is why I was attacked. I was trying to there was several attempts to silence me. My last attempt, a bold attempt, was in 1991. But there's been solid attempts since then. But the biggest attempt that I would associate the reptilians with was in 1991. And it's been an ongoing situation. They have manipulated my life into being somewhat of a disaster, that I'm supposed to lose control of who I am and believe that I have this power, this knowledge that is supposed to help mankind, that we are supposed to see and have empathy within ourselves and realize that color is not a factor. It is a soul. We are going to have negative soul and we're going to have positive soul. We must gravitate to those that are positive because those are the ones that's going to change things. This is what it is.
So, and let me jump in here. Let me just say this too. I'm going to help you here a little bit because I'm not sure how much you know about my show. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. That's the beautiful part. I love new people here. You're going to be part of this, our viewership probably for a long time. A lot of people here are starseed. Many people here have had visitations with all kinds of non-terrestrial beings. Some have had visitations with Palladians and Andromedans. In your case, the negative scenario of the encounters you've had since you were a kid. So how would you like to see that stop?
How would I like to see that stop?
Would you like to see that stop?
Yes, sir. The thing that I would like to see is that we start realizing that we are not in the alignment with the truth. When we start to come in alignment with the truth, we start to feel a little bit different. And when we feel a little bit different, we start to understand our oneness, and it crosses
Mm-hmm.
color barriers. It is the
Mm-hmm.
energy force that is within us that really is the true matter. You see
Right.
what I mean? And once we
So.
form that as a unit, we have the
Mm-hmm.
capability of changing the world. We must, at this time when our existence is on the brink of destruction, formulate a unity and start realizing that we are one and we must save each other. We must see and
Right.
we must empathize with our brothers and sisters and cut out these little barriers, whether it's religion, whether it's color. We have to
Right.
cut it out
That's right.
and start to work with oneness, because the
So.
universe only sees the soul, not the avatar that was presented by the
Right.
Arcturians, which are the true governor of
So
our
let,
existence on this plane.
let me jump in here and help you. I'm going to help you as host. So I work before there was any internet. I came here from Mars. I also came here from a group that represents all the galactic spiritual planetary systems called the Ashtar Galactic Command. I don't know if you've heard of Ashtar Galactic Command or not. It's almost immaterial at
No, I
this
haven't.
point. Okay, well now
Yes.
you're talking. So I came from the Ashtar Command. I am human, but I also work 1,000% in Christ consciousness, and I'm going to help you get rid of those negative ETs right now. I've done this with a few people in the last year I've been on the show. Been on here for about a little bit over a year and a half. But I have a ship or ships for people that don't realize this. There are people here that have been watching me a long time. They know everything I do is real, and I'm going to do this for you. I've done this for a few people already. So we're going to send an Ashtar command ship over your area. The ship is a ship of Christed beings. When I say Christ, I'm not talking religion. All the spiritual beings of light throughout all the planetary systems operate in Christ consciousness. Unlike Earth,
Correct.
everybody
It's
doesn't
not a
operate.
name. It's
It's not a name, it's a
Thank you.
consciousness. All right. So what we're going to
Correct.
do is I'm sending a ship over your area. They're going to seek out they're going to close any portals of negativity that have been allowing these things to happen. They're going to send all these negative ETs back where they came from. And we're going to have a ship stay there as long as it's going to be cloaked. It'll be, I'm getting 20,000 feet above your area. I have a connection of, I'm telepathic. I'm communicating with Kadarmanka, who's my connection. Well, I don't channel anything. I have a direct communications. So we'll have a ship there. We'll send 20 of the space people off the ship. You won't know they're there, but they're going to be going, they will be unseen, so to speak, but you'll feel their energy, which is pure love. They're going to check every area where these beings are hiding, and they're going to stop them. So that's my gift to you on the show.
I respect that. I've been protected from day one. My last deadly encounter was when I lived in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where I met this individual that saw me for what I was. Then in 2020, I was not 100% sure, but he seemed to have picked up on my energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought a so-called friend to meet us in the back of this bar, this lounge that we used to hang out. Of course, 2020, I wasn't going to be locked in. And he
Right.
brought this individual to, I guess, read me. When he walked up, he bowed to me and said I was an old soul. I was somewhat startled because I never
Mm-hmm.
expected that.
Mm-hmm.
This individual is Russian. At that time, he's building a multi-million-dollar house close by. And I
Mm-hmm.
was, again, totally startled because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not in that bracket
Right.
financially. And he requested my services to be in alignment with him. And at that point, I said, I'm aligned with what governs me, what feeds me, what
Mm-hmm.
startles my inner being.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was not happy because it took within 7 days that I had someone that was sent to destroy me. And he caught me off guard totally when I walked out of my building. As he dipped into his bag to withdraw what was supposed to be my demise, he froze. then I knew I was totally protected. I
Yeah. See.
am.
So that's it. So we're going to do this. So I mean, I do this once in a while. Obviously we're a UFO spiritual talk show, but I'm more than just a talk show host. That's my that I left planet I did with intergalactic communications within all the Ashtar Galactic Command forces of light, and so we're going to do that for you as a gift. I've done this, like I said, with probably over several different times in the last year with people. That when they tell me a story like this, we go into activation mode and we're sending an Ashtar command ship. It's a big vessel. Like I said, it'll be up there unseen by any radar, and about 20 representatives will be unseen on the ground. So I know you're protecting yourself now, but we're going to make sure that there's no negative ETs coming into your presence, and that is my gift. I'm glad you came on here to share your
Thank
story.
you.
I
Thank you.
Most welcome. And you're amongst many beautiful friends here. Everybody all over the world that watches our show, many of them, they're all here to be here for a reason, and we appreciate you being here as well.
Thank you. I appreciate everything that has been said and everything that you're doing. It's been a long battle and a lot of strange happening, but it took me within the last 3 years that I started to settle down and started to accept my reality. And during that
Mm,
process, you know, I've been battling it. I've been battling it because my mom never said you had to go ahead. She
mm-hmm,
always denied. She said, never repeat what happened to me.
mm-hmm.
Never repeat. I grew up with that. Never.
Yeah.
My brother the same thing. My aunt was the same thing. My cousin. We had 5 individuals that saw this creature when it moved
Mm,
through the house. The house shook at its foundation.
mm-hmm,
When it walked through a closed door, they said, "Do not speak of it." And
mm-hmm,
everything was said it was a demon, like it was a non-living entity. But
mm-hmm,
as I grew and I questioned everything, I realized that I saw something that was phenomenal, that it
mm-hmm,
held some truth that mankind need to know.
mm-hmm.
And I've held on
Well,
to it all these years.
Well, now that you told the story, you don't have to hold on to it anymore. Now everybody knows the story, which is good. And the second part is now you're going to be having about 20 Christed beings of light that are going to do some work over there for the next few days. So if you start feeling
Thank
like
you.
loving energies around you, understand that. The one thing I will suggest to you, I know you understand Christ consciousness, is to, when you go into meditation, put a shield around you. You probably already do, but in case you don't, just say
Yes, I
I'm
do.
you do good. So you're already ahead of the game.
Yes,
But on this other part,
every night.
we're gifting you this from the command level, and we're going to help you make sure that they are kick their butts right out of this solar system. They're not going to be bothering you anymore. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a long journey and it's been rough. I've been battling from then till now. It's been a nonstop
Mm-hmm.
battle.
Well, now
Constantly
you're
changing
amongst
my
the now you're
reality.
amongst You're amongst 100 friends here that are on mission to Earth. Many of these people on my show that are watching it, many of them are here from other planets. They know where they're from. They're all light workers. They're star people. They're having the human experience. Might not have the same thing that you went through, but that's the beauty of life is that we hear everybody's stories, and that's how I'm able to help people when they come on here and they tell me this. I go into Ashtar activated mode, and so yes, we thank you so much for being here as our first guest.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. You just don't know how. It's
No,
been
you're
a
welcome,
long
brother.
battle and it's been frustrating. I, I,
Well, you're
I
not
would
alone
always be
anymore.
a lifetime.
You're
Yes,
not going to be alone anymore.
that's the
Just
great feeling.
okay. Now you're on a TikTok that is a real. I do radio for 21 years on NPR radio in Connecticut, and I took the concept of my
You
radio
did?
show, which yeah, I'm on radio still. I'm on NPR Pacifica Radio in Connecticut, and I took my concept here because people on Facebook told me, Commander, you need to do TikTok. You need to go on here. I listened to them, and I came here, and I've been doing this show for over a year now, and I'm glad you found it.
You're from Connecticut and I mentioned Bridgeport, Connecticut. Are you kidding me? Is this
Yeah,
alignment? Is this the creator
yeah. We
working in his
we
fashion?
have we
Tell
have a
me.
lot of light workers in my off. There's some of them. Some of my friends here on my TikTok are in our Ashtar Command C5 group. We have a Christed contact group. We use Dr. Stephen Greer's application for contact, and we also use a protocol of Christ consciousness when we make contact with the positive space people. But thank you very much for your story.
Thank you so much. I always knew Connecticut was a place or a state that seemed to have more than average phenomenon.
Oh yeah,
Was a special. Yeah, I've been researching it because the fact that I ended up there, I was wondering how, because it was never on my radar. And then I started to research it, and then I noticed there was a high level. So I used to go to Seaside Park on a daily basis and meditate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
You know, yeah, this is what I did. And I met a lot of individuals there, you know, that seemed to have gifts. Let's put it that way. Because I would not highlight anyone without their consent. No. Okay. And
that's how it works. Yeah,
that's how it works. I'm not going to disrespect, I'm not going to expose anyone. But once I got to Bridgeport, I realized that I stepped into an energy field. And I started to resonate with these individuals because one night I went to the park and I started feeding the birds because the birds became somewhat attracted to me. And it was late night. And when I stepped onto the sand, the birds gathered around me and this individual asked me who I am. Because out of the dark, these birds just seemed to surround me. And he gave me the name of Ivar. This was the first time I heard that name. And then I started researching it and I realized it was this individual that a Dutch's pirate back in the days that had supernatural powers. This is what was documented or logged. And, you know, I started to realize that I was in an area that supernatural occurrences was special, was regular.
Yeah.
Because he picked me out of the blue. Out of the darkness, he walked up to me and said, "Who are you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I'm just feeding the birds." He said, "No, the birds followed you. Who are you?" And that's when everything kind of synced in. But thank you for your time. The universe led me to your page, and I'm totally grateful.
Absolutely.
I'm totally.
Very interesting. We're glad you came on as our first guest. We're going to see, this is going to be an interesting night because I always never know who's going to be next, but you were the first one. So I thank you so much for sharing your very interesting story and
thank you.
Your whole life, how you got to where you were. Everybody say, everyone give a clap in a quiet way, I guess. Laka, our first guest on Encounters, the top UFO spiritual talk show on social media. We're going to disconnect him. He's still here. And let's do this here. And you're watching Encounters. I'm CmdrAleon. That was our first guest. We want to thank him for sharing a really very intense, interesting story about when he was from 5 to 8 years old and all this stuff he went through with all the negative ETs and how he's now protecting himself within the Christ consciousness. I think, hey, Nikki, thank you for the rose. And so you never know who or what or where people are around the world who are coming on here, but every story is different, right? Every story is different, and that's the beauty of the show. And the show is always protected. This show is always protected in the Ashtar Command. Before I come on, I do an Ashtar Command protection for our broadcast. We keep the elevation of frequency all the way up, and we will always protect our viewers from all over the planet. Beyond being just a talk show host, because I am involved in those modalities of light, I can utilize those modalities when I'm here to assist everybody when I need to. Okay, so everybody is well protected. The show is fully protected, and that's the way it should be. And if you want to be on the show, you need to have 200 followers plus. You can go on audio. If you have 1,000 followers, you can have you on both audio and video. If you have a UFO sighting story, if you've been visited by extraterrestrials, good evening, Victoria, or star people, or light beings, or if you've had crop circles, or Bigfoot stories, or things related to the subject. The one thing we're staying away from is paranormal stuff. We're not going to do any of that. That there's other places for the paranormal. We're always here to speak of, hey, friends and friends, good to see you, April. We're always here to elevate everybody in the highest levels of light. And that's why this show is what it is. And, we care about everybody. Plus, we had some snow in Connecticut. I got my apple cider here. I am not accepting an invite from somebody that I have no idea who they are. That's funny. He keeps on trying to. We're not taking that person. That there's like something going on with TikTok. They automatically shoot up somebody that wants to be a guest, and I'm denying them because I have no idea who they are. You see, that's the thing with that. So, and again, welcome to the show. If you're just getting on here, we started a little bit early tonight. I think it was 10:19 p.m. we started getting on here. So welcome to another edition for everyone coming in here who are new to the show. This is Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show here on TikTok, number one on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. And let's see, J, let me see here. J, we'd love to listen to your story. J has only 42 followers. We need to get J up to 200. So J, if we can get you up to 200, you might not know how TikTok works. Once we get up to 200, we can put you on the show here and people can hear your story. Hey, Tiffany, you're not too late. That was weird. Can I tell you a story? Very new to TikTok. J, welcome to TikTok. So to help J out, people, I'm just going to let him know, he or she, everybody follow J. So you have to get 200 followers to go on audio, then they can come on my live. If you get up to 1,000 J, you can go on audio. This person keeps trying to get on here, and I do not want to see this person. I just knocked them out, I think. They're not going to stop. I know it's a troll because they keep popping up on the screen. So hopefully they'll just go away and troll some other place. Like they're probably in some weird place or wherever. So that happens. Yeah, so we're gonna help you, J. Everyone say hello, J. Everybody follow J. And J gets up to 200 people in the next couple of nights. We can have you on here to join us. I want to give J a chance to make it up here. And he's saying hello. He or she is saying hello. Okay. And we're going to bring, let's see here. I saw the rabbit was here earlier. I don't know if he disappeared. Let's see here. What happened to the rabbit? I'm just going to, the rabbit went back into the hole. I saw him stop in here for a minute and he just disappeared down the rabbit hole. So let me see here. We're going to, hey, Bobby Rocks. Good to see you, brother. Good to see Bobby Rocks in here. Good to see you, brother. I know you've been doing a lot of light work. Always good to see you. And we're going to bring in, hey, Meader. Good to see you, brother, too. Yes, indeed. Jay Niner, good to see you as well. I'm going to bring up, what am I doing here? That's not what I'm doing. Pressing the wrong button is what I'm doing. So we're going to have Friends with Furry as our co-host tonight. And if Grace comes in here, I want her to talk about the C5 event coming up in April. So she might be busy doing stuff. Who knows? I know we had some snow. I'm not sure how it is down on the coast. But if Grace comes in here, we'll bring her up to talk about the C5 in April. And it's good to see everybody coming in here. And it seems like we are looking potentially at so many things, especially, this is really interesting. the planet Mercury. Let's talk about Mercury for a minute. I was looking at something about Mercury. They found actually with satellite that there's supposedly they found what appears to be a city on the planet Mercury, which is the closest planet to our sun. I almost forgot to talk about this, and I think I might have saved the information. I don't have it with me, but I have everything to memory in my head anyway. So Mercury, which is so close to the sun, is said to be a place where there'd be no life. There could be no possible intelligent life on Mercury because it's way too close to the sun, right? I mean, that's what we've been taught in astronomy growing up as a kid. You know, the planets that are so close to the sun would be just too hot and there's no way anything or anyone could live there. But what if there is life on Mercury, right? What if we've been lied to? What if there are beings living on Mercury that physically can withstand the heat of the sun from where their planet's located,
Hello,
you know?
hello, hello, everybody. Hi, Commander.
And look who popped in off the ship, April. Hey, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just got home from work. How's everybody
Yep.
tonight?
Hopefully everyone's doing pretty good. I'd been watching and saw a photo. It wasn't photoshopped. I think it was one of the space satellites um, that picked up on. I know it was on UFO sightings daily. My friend over in Taiwan. He had photos. I forgot where the source of the information was. I'll have to find it. But it showed that it looks to be like there's a city on the
Oh,
planet Mercury.
yeah, I saw that. They said I saw one that was from the Hubble telescope or something like that.
Yeah,
They got like a space city. And then I heard about the other one, like where they got pictures of another city too, and it was actually really cool. Did you get a chance to really look at it?
I was looking at the picture that was posted on UFO Sightings Daily, where it is for people that want the information. UFO Sightings Daily on the internet. He posted the photos from the satellite that shows Mercury, the planet Mercury,
Uh-huh.
and it shows an actual city
Yeah.
that's on the surface of the planet.
Okay.
Now, this is what I mean. We've been told, as you know, for whatever generation you're at, when I was growing up, we were told that Mercury is too hot, too close to the sun. There's no life there. Same thing with Venus. Venus is the second planet closest to the sun. Mercury is the first planet closest to the sun. So therefore, there can't be life on the planet because it's too close to the sun, right?
Oh,
But that's the brainwashing techniques of the way we were taught. These people didn't know anything. Our teachers that taught us all this stuff, how did they know there's no life on Mercury? You know, how do they know there's no beings living on Mercury? You know, but we all were taught to believe this in school. Just because, what do we know? We're kids. Whatever your age is, whatever generation you are, this is what they were teaching us. They still teach it. I don't think they teach kids in school in astronomy class that Mercury has life on it, or Mars, or Venus.
exactly. They tell us that, oh, this place is too hot, or it's too dry there for any type of beings. Well, I mean, beings adapt. They adapt to their surroundings. They adapt to their planets. Why
Right,
not? I mean, they thought that I mean, I'm sure other places thought that maybe Earth wasn't inhabitable, that there was too much water here, not enough land
right.
for people to live on. You know.
And we do have a lot of water. So if you were from another planet and say, well, we've learned about Earth, there's too much water on planet Earth, therefore they do have land masses, but there's so much water, there's no life on Earth,
Exactly.
right?
It's
So we
like,
can reverse it that way. You're right. We
why
reverse.
wouldn't they be able to adapt to living on their planet if that's where they're from, if that's where their origin is, they probably have, a different type of skin, breathe different type of air, and are able to grow their own different types of foods, that are compatible with their planet.
Right. See, this is the thing. We've been taught to believe that, unless you see, this is the problem with the planet Earth, with human reality here. We people there, not everybody, but there are people, billions of them, that have been taught to believe certain things. So if a planet doesn't breathe the way we do, look the way we do, act the way we do, then it cannot exist at all with life on it. but that's sort of a prejudice. That's being prejudiced, I think, in a galactic way,
Yeah.
because we've been brainwashed to believe we've been brainwashed to believe that there cannot be anything similar to what we are, and Mercury is just way too hot to hold any compatible life on it. That's any kind of yeah. It's arrogance. Yeah, it's arrogance. It's the arrogant. And one person said, Brian says exactly right. That we have an arrogant civilization to believe, and our scientists are pretty arrogant to believe or tell us that there can be no life on Mercury even. But yet the space satellite took pictures that are on UFO Sightings Daily, which I have to get the source of the information. I think it came from one of the space satellites. That's right, Barbie. It's part of the programming, the programming of lies and control. And but we see through that. All of you see through that. And I think the more we disclose this stuff, it's important. Now, also another interesting story, and I'll have to get the. I've seen the photos coming from our, I think, Hubble satellite, Hubble telescope. There's a planet supposedly out in the universe somewhere that the Hubble picked up on, and it looks like there are actual cities on the planet. The planet looks like it has artificial lights on it, like there's like cities. So
Okay.
there you go.
I wonder if
I
it's
don't.
like a planet that's actually like a ship or something that was, put together and people are just living on it, like a station type
Oh, this
thing.
is a. This looks like an actual planet that was taken by the Hubble telescope. I think it was the Hubble telescope, one of the telescopes.
Okay.
Now, whether they wanted the people to see it on Earth, NASA or whoever, evidently nobody doctored the photo, and it shows clearly. It looks like if you were on a jet plane going over 30,000 feet and you're going over Paris, you'll see the lights on the ground level of a city. But if you get closer to the ground, you get more a clearer image of the city on that. It could be Las Vegas or San Francisco. When you're on a jet, when you come in closer, the lights get stronger. When you go
Now,
farther
are you
away,
talking about the one that looks like it looks like a sky type city? Is that the one you're talking about? Because that's the one I saw with the Hubble telescope. Like they showed the original photo, and then they tried to like zoom in and like kind of um, um, to show the details of it. So they kind of doctored it a little bit so they people could see the details of the city. And then they showed the original, the
right?
actual original one that was given to this person. And they actually had the government had put this under wraps, but the photo, the person who actually took the photo, I guess when he gave the photo to his kid, and the kid exposed it.
It exposed it, right?
Yeah,
It was a photo that NASA did not want anybody on planet Earth to see.
yeah,
But the photo now is everywhere. It's going viral because it's not it's not CGI or anything. It's real.
yeah.
They actually found this other city on another planet, and I'll have to find it and show you a picture of it on here. But I'll find it.
I was actually looking at that, and it was actually really cool, because it shows like it looks like it looks almost like a city, but it looks like it was made out of their natural environment, like almost like
Hmm.
cave like, but they had windows and lights and all this stuff
Yeah,
going on, and it was really really cool. And in the windows you can actually see like little beings or people in the windows, like of a few of
yeah,
the windows that they were able to get in close on. And it was actually very cool. They had like benches and seats and all kinds of really
yeah.
cool stuff out there. It was beautiful, actually.
I
Really,
don't.
really
I don't
nice.
know. April, do you know what website that was on where you saw it? Because I forgot. I saw it too, but I don't remember. I
You
didn't.
know, where did I see it? I know it was on TikTok. It was somebody's. I think Stella Bella might have it. Might have a copy of that video.
Yeah, Stella Belkin, maybe she does. It was, I think, a photo, but it was leaked out, and it wasn't
Yeah,
supposed to be leaked out, but it got leaked out. You
that's
see, this
that's
is what
the original video.
NASA didn't want it leaked out, but somebody leaked it out, and they couldn't stop it.
No, that thing went viral quick too because the person had the original. So that was
Oh
it.
yeah, I think it
Pretty.
might be on Reddit. I think it is on Reddit, maybe. Yeah. Yep. I think that might be.
Yeah,
Um,
on there for sure.
we'll have to get it before they take it out. We'll have to get a copy of it and show everybody. Hey, Mark, good to see you. So we're talking about this photo that was leaked out that I'm sure NASA high officials aren't very happy about. That shows a city, what appears to be a big city of lights, like really bright lights on a planet. And as April was talking about, I didn't see the portion where they show the people on there looking out windows or something,
Yeah.
but I'll have to find it. Oh, Ashley, if you can find it, if you find it, bring it up and we'll show it on here to everybody.
Yeah, it was
We'll
really
show
cool.
everybody this picture.
They have the enhanced. The person had the original, and then they had an enhanced version of it where you could actually see up closer, and you
Yeah.
could see like little figures in the windows and stuff. It's really something to see.
Yeah, Eileen says, and this is the beautiful part is it got in some UK newspapers in the United Kingdom. You know they can't stop it now because those papers, if they publish it there, it forget it. It's not going to be stopped. But we'll have to show you that picture because it shows what apparently is a luminous city on this whatever planet that picked it up on the Hubble telescope. It picked this up. It wasn't evidently NASA didn't want it released, and you were mentioning how it got released, April, just before. So they didn't want it released. The photo gets released, and you see that there is absolutely a city or cities on this particular planet, whatever the planet is, that the Hubble telescope actually took photos of.
Yeah, I guess
Uh,
the guy's father, he worked for the government and, I guess had access to the Hubble telescope and was, had, I guess there was a bunch of paperwork and stuff, and the gentleman that was had all the original stuff had passed away, and he left a bunch of stuff to his son, and the son, in clearing the house because everything was given to the son, he found this stuff in there, and he's like, oh my
yeah,
God, because all this stuff, he said his dad was like, he like stuck by the government, he didn't talk about anything, he kept everything on the hush hush, like, they're told to do. And but the son found it, and he's like, no, people need to know about this, and he put it
right,
out there immediately, which was
yeah,
awesome because he had the original. And then, of course, he studied it for a while and enhanced the photos, and he's like, people need to know about this.
yeah.
I wonder what else he
His
found.
son's the one who released it. Yeah,
Right. I
I
wonder
think it's
what else.
pretty amazing.
I'm very curious to find out what else this guy found.
Well, Ashley's going to try getting the photo. It's funny how I go through things. I saw the photo the other day. I'm pretty sure that, and that there's a story behind it. Like you were just telling the story. If Ashley gets back in here, she's going to find the photo, and we'll see it here. If we don't get the photo tonight, I will try to get the photo, find it, or if you find it, for instance, let me know. I'm going to try to find it. Excuse me, because there's a lot of stuff that's happening, like we just talked about Mercury. That's another thing, a picture that probably NASA didn't want to see released on the planet Mercury. There were looked like a silver structures, multiple structures, like there was a building or there was a city or something on Mercury. Now, I don't think NASA wants that released either, but it did get released, and it is released.
Which would make sense. I mean, if the planet is as hot as they're saying that it is, and it has, maybe different suns and whatnot going on it, I bet you they utilize the sun for power and stuff like that for their
Hmm.
suns for power, and
Right.
you know what I mean, to be able to have lights and function and do their daily stuff. You know.
Mm. And also on the moon, a long time ago, we had a photo that I still have in my possession. Shai had, when she'd been on last year, I got a photo of on Mars. There were 4 or 5 bases that were built on not Mars, on the moon.
Mhm.
We talked about this. It was a long time ago on my show, one of my shows, and you see these structures. Four of the five are inhabited, and we have actual people in these structures on the moon.
Now, are these our people or are they space people?
They are, I believe, our people. So when NASA says we don't have any people on the moon, on these out of five structures, I think four of them are inhabited by people that are working with NASA. They've been there for, I don't know how long the structures have been there, but Shai talked about it last year, and I even have a matter of fact, if I have the photo to show you, let me see if I have the photo here to show people while you're watching the show. I can maybe show that structure. Let me see here. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to look for the structure if I still have it. I know I didn't do anything but save it, so it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. I got to hook I'm at 15% power. That's no good. Okay, let's do this here. We're going to find it. I think I still have the photo here. I saved it. Oh, I don't see it in my list of photos, but it was a picture of a structure or structures on the moon. So we have the thing on Mercury where there's at least one structure that has been taken pictures of by the satellites in space, and then we also this new picture, which this gentleman, the son of his father who died, found, enhanced the photos, and released it publicly, which I'm sure people that want to keep this stuff top secret would not be too happy about. Yeah, so Katrina says they are part of a military space program.
The people that
They have God Thunder say have crazy space technology. So on this world, wherever it is that was this picture taken, I'm sure we've had a space program going for many years. You know, it's not like we don't have something like that happening. But we're going to. There she is. I'm hoping she didn't get snowed in down there on the coast. We're inviting Grace up here if she has time to join us in this wintry, snowy Connecticut weather, and we'll have her talk a little bit about what's coming up here if she has time. And you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, and we have Wise Girl. Now I didn't get to interview Wise Girl really. Let's see. Let's get in here. Wait a minute. That's not what I want to do. And Wise Girl, I think, might have enough followers now for us to bring the Wise Girl on. So we'll be doing that too. Good evening, Grace. Let's see. I thought she's on here. I think she is in here. Coffee, please. Coffee. See, I think it's on YouTube. I'm just reading some of the things here. And we're doing good. We're at 67,000. We're doing really good here tonight. Hey, within 10 candles. Good evening. Aloha from Hawaii. Sonia, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Tracy, welcome to the show. Hey, there's Grace. I think she's here. We're trying to bring our friend Grace up here. Let's see here. I think she's now here. She's physically here in the room. And there she is.
Hello.
And hey, Grace. Everyone say hello to Grace. Grace, how you doing?
Good. How are you? How's it going?
Well, we made it through the storm. I stayed home today and just rested. But yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, we had quite the storm here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Did
It
you get a lot of
was,
snow down the
but it was
coast?
beautiful, you know.
Yeah, it was. It was. Did you get a lot of snow?
We did, but yeah, but it wasn't anything too bad. It was like
No.
the usual
Thank you,
6
Vincent.
inches, and then we were done.
So
We were done. You
let
know,
people
like
know.
4 o'clock, the sun was shining.
Yeah. Now, Grace is
Yeah,
part of our
go ahead.
CE5 group here. You're part of our CE5 group. We're friends. We've had our CE5 last year on the coastline. We did some CE5 events, and there was two major events happening. But I want you to talk about the CE5 for everybody who's watching. I think it's going to be very beautiful. And can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you're coordinating that, and I'm very much excited about that as well.
So I have a CE5 that I organized through the Southeastern Connecticut group. So it'll be New London County, the New London County CE5 group, and we're doing the get together at the Dragon's Egg, which is in Ledyard. It's a facility that is the shape of an egg, and they have windows. So if we have inclement weather, we can do the CE5 inside.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a field that is really, it's isolated. It's like farmland to
Yeah.
sit in. Yeah, hi Johnny, hey everyone. Hey, friends with fairies, how's it going? I didn't mean to not greet you.
Hello.
Um, so anyway, the CE5 will be the first CE5 of the season. And what's so interesting about the CE5 is I've been practicing with the ambassador group with the Dr. Stephen Greer's, you know, online group and meeting with them. And believe it or not, after we just talked to the other night to this woman in Commander's show about learning the puja and finding out more about the puja that Dr. Greer does previous to, you know, while he's doing his CE5, he always starts out with a prayer, and the prayer is
Mm.
called a Gouda Puja, which is a prayer that is like an invocation to the ascended masters to thank them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was on a Zoom call with Pat Purcell and the CE5 ambassador group through Dr. Stephen Greer, and they taught us the Puja prayer.
Oh, good.
They taught us the entire Puja prayer. They ran through the and believe me, it is not going to be an easy prayer to learn because it's in
Oh,
Sanskrit.
really? Oh,
It's
well, that's great.
Sanskrit. So I actually did okay with it, and they showed us a video of Dr. Greer praying during one of his CE5s, which I actually took some footage of that and posted it to my TikTok to share with
Mm.
people so they could get an idea of what that feels like and what that looks like. And it's like I would say it's about a 5,000-year-old prayer, maybe
Oh,
more,
yeah.
that is
Oh, wow.
basically an honoring, and it sets the tone for the guided meditation, which comes next after that. And I'm going to attempt to do the puja.
Okay.
And so what we do is we have a plate of like a altar set up with photo of the ascended masters. We have different articles on the altar, and while you say the prayer, you have a placement of different oil, rice, water, flowers,
Hmm.
handkerchief. You know, there's a whole process. It's really beautiful. And then after that, we'll do the guided meditation and then do the tones and then do we'll do the meditation, the silent meditation, along with
Wow.
tones.
That's very cool, Grace. I'm very
Yeah.
interested. Well, I'm interested anyway.
Well,
But
I really
so
been
how?
working on it, really working. And as you know, I've been doing this for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And for all you in the chat, and most of you know about this already, but it's pretty much it's really all about peaceful contact and inviting in the interdimensional beings that are really invested in like helping us and save our planet because our planet is
Yeah.
in trouble and we really have to kind of get together just for that sake alone. And
Yeah.
so that's what that's all about. And I don't think I've
How
forgotten
could people?
anything.
No, you haven't. How could people on the show get in touch with you who want to come to Ledger, Connecticut and that's going to be on the 20th of April, correct?
Yeah, it's on the 20th. Yep, April 20th, and it's we're gonna meet up at around 7:30, and people can just message me through TikTok, follow me, Skip to Grace, and then you can just message me here with your email, and
Hmm.
then I'll
And
just go ahead and forward
will
all
there be a
that info.
place? Now, Ledger's an area where there are places to stay if people need to. If people are coming from different places, now understand this is Connecticut, and it's on a Saturday night. So if you're coming like a long way, just think about that. But if you're in
Hmm.
the region, I mean, I'm not telling anyone not to come. I think people should come.
Yeah.
If they want accommodations, what should they do when they contact you? Can you,
You would have to, first of all, if you give me your email and you're interested in staying at the Egg, I would have to just check with the proprietor just to be sure that there is room for people. There is some accommodation. So if we are in the field and we need to get water or use the restrooms or the facilities, we can do it.
hmm
So we'll have
good,
use of the entire building, but as far as staying for a night, you'd have to check with the proprietor. Her name is Myra.
right,
And
Myra.
You can actually Google the Dragon's Egg in Ledyard, Connecticut, and then you can get Myra's email address and contact her directly and ask her. She's a really wonderful person, and
Okay,
uh, there are local Airbnbs and bed and breakfasts around here too that are fairly reasonable as well. So,
okay, oh,
I mean,
good.
just something, just to throw it out at you. But and I see Nebula's in the chat, and she says that the CE5 app has the Puja prayer. Yeah, they may have uploaded it now because they're opening up to the communities, and they really want people to understand the importance of like the power of positive prayer and meditation,
Hmm. Yeah.
and really preparing yourself for this work. And Dr. Greer takes it extremely seriously, and so does the ambassador group. I mean, there's this, it's just all business, and we're not there to do anything else but make contact with being interdimensionals that are interested in helping our planet. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So,
Yeah.
but if anybody wants to get in touch with me, please email, message me through TikTok, and then send me your email. And the Puja prayer, what's interesting about it is it's written in Sanskrit. It's really difficult to learn, but I found myself doing it, which was really great.
Hmm.
So I'm going to have the prayer, play the recording, and then do the prayer and do the puja while Dr. Greer is doing it. So I'm going to be like, that'll be my assist, to
Oh,
follow, so
good.
I can
Yeah.
follow along,
Yeah.
because I won't be able to do the puja myself. But I think it's important that everyone work on it and learn. So we were practicing with around 100 people in the room.
Oh,
And it
good.
just goes to show you how many people are doing this, all over the country. And that's really
Yeah.
a great thing to really learn, that there are so many more people doing this, and that we're not alone in this, and that everyone can participate in some shape or form. And then I think the woman that came on last week with you, Commander, had mentioned that there's no real protocol. You could probably come up with your own protocol, but I just feel it's
Right.
important to have guidelines, because you don't want to
Guidelines.
fall
Yeah.
off the beaten path, and then you can get caught up in other things, and that's not
Yeah.
the intention. So just a little
No,
FYI.
that's exactly what Craig and Elaine. They don't have they don't have social media stuff, but
Hmm.
are them, and we've always for the last over 11 years put a Christed protocol on everything before we even start. So this is going to be great to be able to see this, and also let's invite here Star Truther 64. Let me bring that person on to take their mic, get their mic activated here. Star Truther 64. You with us? There you go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. And what's your name and where are you at on the planet?
I'm Kenneth Brown. I live outside of Barrier, outside of Kamloops, Barrier, BC.
Oh,
Kamloops,
BC.
BC there.
Okay. Oh, nice to have you with us
Uh,
here on the show.
yeah, I've been
And
awake for about 16 months now. My ears started ringing and I started looking into it. Then I started meditations, looking into the sun, 5 minutes, about 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. And I do meditation around this time. I'm out here right now in my back deck. I usually go in my hot tub and then I look at the stars. They're not really stars, they're spaceships that they move around for me. Like right now,
mm-hmm.
they're moving around for me as I'm talking to you right now. So
Mm,
sometimes I don't have to meditate. I just point my eyes to them. I can see a yellow, green hollow around them, and I say, "Go ahead
mm-hmm.
and move for me," and they go up and down circles and all that stuff.
Really
I can pick up
interesting.
any one of these stars. You guys call them stars. They're spaceships. I communicate with Commander Iltrin. I That's what I found out because I'm an Arcturian starseed. And
Hmm.
some nights the one that first really blew me away is when I had after meditation I put my hands up to both sides and both of them disappear. Then this great big ball of light went right over my house and trailer and it looked pretty neat. And I said, "Wow, this
Hmm.
is pretty first time experiencing that." Then about 2 weeks later, another ship that was it looked like a train, like a sky train going up in the thing going. It's like the fifth dimension, and now I don't have to get to there no more. But now these stars
Hmm.
right now they're moving around for me. That's how I've gotten into it, and I just got myself. It's called Organite.
Yeah. Take
It's
care,
called
Grace.
Organite.
Yeah.
So I just purchased one, so I'll probably get it within the next couple of days and see if I get my vibration even more. Because I'm trying to get my vibration up to the fifth dimension, and higher. So that way, when the new Earth, a new ascension comes, I'll be ready to help other people in the situation and calm them down with my vibrations. Right. That's
Well,
that's a little
you're
short.
already on. You're definitely a great story because you already can see what's real. You're already now your contact with this space being, I believe, is you telepathically communicate through mind contact, correct?
Yes, I just go up to them and I say, like right now, I say this star right now. I say, yeah, go ahead, move around. It'll go up and start
Right.
moving right now. So
Well,
it'll
the
go
star
up,
is moving
down,
because it's
all
not a
over.
star; it's a spaceship. Yeah. Well, if it's moving,
Spaceship,
it's
yeah,
obviously a spaceship. But some people mistaken, stars, no, mistaken spaceships for stars. And
yeah,
I can look at this a clear sky in New England. I can pinpoint spaceships that are sitting outside of our atmosphere that are like there's 7 specific spaceships that are always in the same parts of the sky every night, and
yeah,
they're right there. They're big spaceships. They're like
yeah. They're
probably
huge.
50,000 miles outside of the Earth's atmosphere in strategic locations of the sky, but they're there every
Yeah,
night.
there's up there every night, and then they communicate. Some of those, they say that some of us communicate and portal up to get us up there every night and day, but some of us are not here. We're called pillars of light. We're called light
Yeah.
beams,
Mm-hmm.
vibrations. So
Mm-hmm.
you're here to send out vibrations like 144,000 of us. That's what I found out. That we're here
Mm-hmm.
for pillars of light to get the vibration for Mother Gaia to change its ascension and that there, right? So I'm still learning,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Yeah.
going too pretty fast for me because 14, 15 months. I asked a lot of people that have been in it for 14 years and they never seen that happen to them. So, like
Yeah.
I can get, like
Interesting.
I found out that too when I look at this, looks like a bow and arrow, all three
Mm-hmm.
on the constellation with the bow and arrow. I can look
Mm-hmm.
at them and I can see the whole thing, all the lights shift all at once.
Yeah.
So it's not just one, they
Oh,
all move.
interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
It
neat. I'm
is
pretty
cool.
excited. A lot of my friends think I'm
Well,
crazy
well, you know
and
what?
all that
Let
stuff.
me tell you the whole thing of friends thinking you're crazy. When the fleets of spaceships come, and they're coming to Earth, I've talked about it on the show. When those fleets of ships from the Star People come to Earth, they're going to be the ones looking at you and saying, we thought you were crazy, but you know what? You were right all along. That's what's going to
Yeah, there's
happen.
a like they say it's coming sooner than we are, and I communicate and say, am I on the am I um my time right now? Am I at the right time that I'm supposed to be? And I tell them to go left or right, the
Yeah,
ship there, and they
yeah,
communicate me with that, and so that way I answer some questions
yeah.
because they move around. And sometimes I write down on a piece of paper and I watch where they move. And the first time I did it, it looked like a picture of a rabbit. And
Hmm.
so I showed my friend from Mexico, and he says, "Looks like they're trying to tell me to go down a rabbit hole." You know what I mean? So it's pretty neat.
We're kind of laughing because we have a friend of ours, James, down the rabbit hole. He's quite a character. He's a good friend of ours from down in Florida.
Oh
So we're
yeah. So
laughing when
where's
you said down the rabbit hole.
yeah, so that's what I did. And then last night I did one last night and it didn't make sense. I still got to decipher it some in the next couple of days. So lately now I've been
Yeah.
doing that there. But yeah, any kind of light I point up there, it moves for me. So it's pretty neat. And like I
Now,
said,
do you ever have you now that you've had visual contact? I'm also feeling. Have you had direct contact with the space people? Like, have they
uh,
physically manifest?
I have to be at the right vibration for that. I'm still in this first stages. That's what I'm. To
Okay.
my
Okay.
understanding, that's why I ordered the
Hey, Maddie.
Orgonite
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a vibration. It's going to give me a force field. I carry a lot of my um, amethyst around with me because one day I had a
Hey,
dream.
freedom of speech.
I had a
Yeah.
dream. Within the dream, I couldn't get out of it, and then in my dream, I had this amethyst crystal, and I said, "If you don't know
Hmm.
God is love, God is light, get it out." And poof, I got out of the dream, and I woke up, and I had that same crystal on my desk where I was working. I picked it up. Now I keep it on me all the time.
Well, interesting. You know what's a really good crystal in your connection with the space brothers and sisters? Get apophyllite. The apophyllite is you find it in India, but no, if you go to a good crystal place that sells a lot of crystals, if you get
Yeah.
apophyllite, it's a very high frequency crystal, and it'll help you in amplification of communication with your space brothers and sisters. It's a
Okay.
very good crystal to have. It's called
Can you
apophyllite.
write that? Can you write that into the comments there so I could take a snap picture of
I'm
it?
not
And
sure. Apophyllite. Let me see if I can spell it correctly. Apophyllite. Apol light. I'm not sure how to spell it specifically. It's apophyllite. Lite.
patholite.
Apophyllite. I think it's apo something apophyllite. I have so much of it here. A matter of fact, I'm wearing some apophyllite right in this thing here. It's very tiny, but there's bigger pieces.
Okay,
But
patholite.
it's right in. It's called apophyllite. You can see it right there. It's small, but that
Okay.
small. Yeah, apophyllite. Thank you, user 155.
Okay. Okay. Where is it?
Um,
Okay.
apophyllite.
Okay. I see it.
It's APO. There you go.
Yeah, I got it there.
APOPHY. There you go. Good.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
there.
is what you get if everybody gets apophyllite. That is a very high vibrational crystal. That crystal will elevate to a very high frequency, means it goes past any other frequency, and it will actually, if you use it in Christed meditations when you're connecting with your star family, you'll be
Yep.
able to communicate with them in terms of learning telepathy, and
Yep.
also it will also, if you wear the spotlight around you, it also will take your body and it'll bring up the vibrational frequencies. Thank you, Kim. It'll bring the vibrational frequencies up, Star Truther. It'll bring it up on your, so you can wear the light. You can also have it all around you if you like a meditation room or whatever. You can put a whole lot of little lights all over the place, and it will amp up the frequencies very quickly.
Okay, and I gotta tell you one more thing there. I tested myself on the moon, see like if the moon moves for me, and it
Mm-hmm.
does move for me too. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat how it moves
Hmm.
around quite a bit, quite faster than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be going up and down. The first time I did up and down, side to side, then when there's a bit, I can see through clouds now, right? Even though it's snowing or raining, I can still see the stars
Mm-hmm.
with my visions. And sometimes I ask the moon to come out, and the clouds move away. The moon comes out, and I ask her if they can move around, and it moves like way faster than it usually does
And you
when it's
could,
open, clear
and you
sky
might
like
be,
this.
and you might be seeing a different kind of moon. You might not realize you might be seeing an actual moon structure that is at a different frequency than the moon that actually exists that everybody sees all over the planet in our skies. So you
Oh,
might be
okay.
tapping. I think you're tapping into something different other than the actual moon. So here's what I'll tell you about the moon that exists that everyone sees around Earth. I've talked about this before. So the moon that we have that we see is basically an artificial structure. What does that mean? The moon is like a base
Yeah,
station, sort of it's an intergalactic station. It
yeah.
was actually brought there, you know, I actually would say millions and millions of years ago. It was
Like,
placed there purposely. It was put in place by extraterrestrial space people. They, with ships, they brought it there to that location. That's where it is. And actually, the moon, inside the moon, there's a lot of activity, what you would call intergalactic activity in the moon. Um, so the moon's
they
interesting
said
because
like
it's not a
it's
real
supposed to say
moon.
like 10 million people in there.
I don't know how many
Yeah.
people there are in there, but the moon itself, who's ever saying that, I'd have to check the source of that information. But the moon itself, just in general, it is an artificial space station that's intergalactic. It's not something that we know. I mean, when I say we, those in the space program know that is an artificial structure. They won't tell the public, but I can tell you that there are many different intergalactic groupings that's why you see videos of astronomers showing what they call flying saucers coming out of the moon. And there have been videos documenting that. The reason why they're coming out of the moon, because the moon is an artificial structure. It's an actual intergalactic base. Now, the astronomers would love people to think on Earth that the moon is actually a real solid rock foundation of being the moon, but it's not. It's not a real moon. It's not an actual moon. It's an actual space station for intergalactic beings that are coming from all over the universe. And that's what it is.
Mm. Yeah, I'm getting a
You
lot
know,
of
just
uploads the last 12 months of this stuff. They're like right now, I look at this the spaceship there. I can see a green
mhm.
glow moving around as it moves around. As I look at it, I have to look my vision towards it. And as soon as I do
Mm-hmm.
that, it starts moving for me. It's kind of neat and weird in a way.
Wow. And speaking of
Yeah.
neat and weird, just to let people know, please, I thank you for gifting. We appreciate everybody. Follow everybody. I need everybody to follow me who's not following me because I want to get up to 100,000 followers before summer to do more outreach, reach more people with the show. And everybody follow each other. Star Truther, everybody follow each other. That's the whole thing about this show. That's different. I always encourage people in positivity to be positive always and follow each other, uplift each other, share information. We're all into this together. I might be the host of the show. I'm on radio for 21 years on NPR Pacifica Radio, WESU FM. Sunday mornings at 11:30 Eastern in the U.S. And that's my Ashtar Command show. I've had that for 21 years on there. So yeah, we definitely want to get as much information out there. We also would encourage people, if you've not gifted us, or if you want to do my Cash App on here, thank you, Jackie F. I do have a Venmo app here. I do use Venmo, so you can go into my Venmo app on my main page. You can make a donation there for general spiritual work on there. Become a subscriber of my TikTok. Subscribers will actually help support us getting C5 equipment. We're looking to buy one new night vision camera. And by supporting as a subscriber, you can subscribe for a month, 2 months, whatever you want to do. But you have many ways you can support the show, like Jackie just did with a Galaxy. If you have TikTok coins, use them, show me your support on the show. That'd be great. And we'll be
That's funny
staying
that you
live here.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
Oh, go
funny that
ahead.
you
you
said you own a radio station. I own a radio station out here too. It's called CHLW 93.1, or you can reach us online, thebear931.com.
Oh, really? I don't own the
Yeah,
station. I'm actually on the station. I don't own it. I'm just an on-air staff member of the station. If
yeah.
I owned my own
I
radio
own it.
station, that'd be phenomenal. But I don't. I don't own anything.
Mm.
I shouldn't say. Hey, well, that's see. There's some interesting stuff. So, do you on the station you are ownership of? Do you ever talk about this stuff on the radio?
No, I'm thinking doing it with the lady here with the chemtrails she wants to talk about, right? That they're putting up there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, she said she
Interesting.
would like to have me as a guest. on one of my on my radio station as a guest like that. But like I said, I'm fighting with my uh, family, friends. They don't believe what I do until I have to show it to them. I showed my son, told him to look at
Yeah,
a star, and I told him to circle it and tell it to go left or right or up and down. And it moved for him, and
yeah.
then he looked at me and he says, Dad, get those crystals away from me.
Get those crystals
But
away
he
from
saw
me.
it himself, my son.
He did too,
Yeah,
huh? Yeah. Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much, Star Truther. You've been great to
Oh,
share some of what's going on here, man. That's great.
yep.
Thank you.
Hey, April, do you have any questions for Star Truther?
No, I don't. It was a pretty interesting story, though. I think that's pretty cool that he owns a radio station. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome. You should
that's
talk
pretty
about
awesome.
stuff. Start reaching
Oh
out
yeah,
to
if you
people in
if
your
yeah, if you
area.
own a radio, yeah, if you own a radio station, you should go for it. You got nothing to lose. You own the radio
Sure.
station; it's yours. So
They
that's
won't say anything about it. No.
yeah.
I just bought it
Say again.
5 years ago, so I don't know very much. I bought it 5 years ago. I'm not too sure what I can say and what can I not say. So I'm
Well, you can
still
just start. Well,
learning.
since you own it, you can start your own show. When you do a radio station, you can start a weekly show, and I do a show once a week on Sunday, once a weekend on NPR radio every Sunday morning at 11:30, and I just talk about the same things we talk about here. I talk about on my radio show. Yeah, very.
Maybe we should hook up and exchange information and contact me, and I could phone you on the show and have you live on the show.
Yeah, I'd love to come on your radio
Would that sound
station. Yeah, we have to message me on here. Message me, and we'll try to figure that out. That sounds good.
That would be
Um,
awesome.
yeah, I'd be happy to go on your radio station.
More people to reach, Commander.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to reach people out there. I'm definitely down for that. So yeah, you definitely all you have to do is message me on follow me, and then message me, and we'll figure that out. I'm crazy busy, but we'll figure something out for sure.
okay? Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm following you. I think I'm following you. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm following you.
This is
Follow
my
me
email
back.
here. That's my email there. Just give me an email and get all the information there. Barrier.radio.outlook.com. Any one of you guys can, if you want to, reach
Yeah.
out to me and
Or
get
yeah.
this audience going here.
Yeah, just message me on TikTok. Just use the messaging system, and I'll just give me your email
Okay.
and messenger, and I can correspond with you that way. That'll work.
Okay. Do you come on once a week or once a month?
I come on
How often do you come on?
on your TikTok. I'm on here usually at 11 o'clock, sometimes 10:30, sometimes at 10, but mostly at 11, and we usually run about a 2-hour show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're in Texas, right?
No,
Okay, so
I'm
you're
in
2 hours
Connecticut.
ahead of me.
I'm
So
on the East
yeah.
Coast. I'm in Connecticut in the U.S.
Oh, so you're 3 hours ahead of Pacific time then.
Yeah, I'm 3 hours ahead of you. Yeah.
Yep, Commander's in Connecticut. I'm in Vermont.
Vermont. Whoa, further down, deeper
Yeah.
down south.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're all over the
Yeah.
place here.
I try to tell a lot of people what's going on in the system here, down the states and across the world. I go to places where I think I should not be there, and I try to help them and let them wake them up. But now they've been telling me that I should not wake up anymore because it's kind of like hard. All you got to do is to be a supporter now, right? Because it's coming closer than they think that the ascension is coming closer than what expected. The
Well,
lock 10 days of dark.
the contact is going to be. Before 2023, I told people on my radio show that by 2027 there was going to be contact. My DoD contact told me in the United States, who was on here last year, that the DoD, the Pentagon, knows that there is going to be non-terrestrial spaceships in large mass coming to Earth, and they're going to be coming. This is actual factual information.
They're actually already.
Well, they
there are
gave
some
them
of
that's
them
the deadline.
there.
Well, that's the deadline. Yeah, they
Sorry
have
about
to.
that.
The
Yeah.
Pentagon is going nuts right now because they can't prevent this from happening, And I'll always remind people on my show there's going to be some major contact happening. And there is a deadline for the Pentagon and all world governments to tell the public the truth before 2027. Now, I know that they are not so giving about telling the truth. These people are pretty stubborn. You have to understand, you're dealing with a bunch of old timers that are still alive, that their protocol was don't tell the public anything, keep everything quiet, keep it hush hush, don't tell them the truth. That's over 70 years of lies through people all over the world, not just here, everywhere around the world. So the deadline is 2027. The timeline has been actually brought up closer, and you're going to start seeing things happen between now and 2027. Generally, you're going to see more sightings. You're going to see there is definitely a reverse engineered technology that we use, and we've also Lockheed Martin has technology to make a spaceship that will change its shape. But you'll know it's ours because there'll be no radiation, no radiant love coming from the ship. These other ships that are the U.S. has are going to be operated through radioactive materials. They'll be able to do things typically similar to a spaceship from Earth, but they will be definitely our own Air Force people that are being trained how to use these craft in our atmosphere. And they have Lockheed Martin has developed the technology. So if you do see things, as I said the other night, make sure you feel the energy of if there's no energy coming from it, it's ours. If there is energy coming from it that feels very loving, of a very high frequency, you'll be able to feel it. If it's not, then it's our stuff. It's stuff we're doing. That's it. But they are
Well,
lying. I
I gotta
mean,
go.
yeah, got to go
I
meditate.
have to go meditate here. I gotta go meditate here for the night there. Nice meeting you guys. I'll looking forward to the next one there. And like I said, we gotta keep in touch with all you guys, and
Absolutely,
we'll
man.
do a talk show on the radio sometime. Cheers, night
I
meeting you
think
guys.
that'll be great. Oh, cheers. Same to you. And we'll look forward to doing some radio with you on the FM station.
Yeah,
All
have a
right.
really good night.
Appreciate.
Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thank meeting you too. I think I added you guys as a friend. I
Oh,
think I
good.
did.
We follow you
Whatever I
too.
could see there.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
following you too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Uh,
All right, man.
thank you guys.
You take care
Take
Have a
and
good
care.
night.
be well. There you go. Let me do this here. So we'll be on here till about 12:30, and then we're gonna sign. We'll do another 30 minutes on encounters. If you're new to the show, we really can use your support. We thank you everybody for gifting us. If you've not done any gifting with your TikTok coins, become a subscriber. We've got one galaxy already out of 4. We're looking for 4 more galaxies. If you have the ability to do galaxies, you need 1,000 TikTok coins to do it. So when you go in the gift area, they'll tell you how many coins for whatever gift you're going to give me, and that helps in the general work we do. So do that. We got our Venmo app on here too. That I use my Venmo app on my Cash App. You can go there and make a donation there tonight. So do show me your support, Jackie. You've been really great.
Thank you guys.
So really, Jackie's been phenomenal with gifting tonight, and so some few other people.
Take
So let's
care.
get the gifting going, and that really helps support doing the work because it takes a lot to do this kind of stuff, like almost every night. I know you will take usually a night off because you need to just to regenerate. The commander will take a night off if you don't see me one night. It's because I'm just needing to regenerate with all the stuff that's going on here. We're at D Money says 90. We have 90K here. We want to get to 100,000. So I know we can do it if everybody gets involved. We'll get to 100,000. And any new things happening? Well, things are always happening, April, where you are.
Oh, yeah.
Anything new to share? Anything new that we should know about since last night, or just pretty kind of calm right now?
I mean, Mikey's been around. He's been, been cruising around up above my property tonight. He was actually like right above my my house. And then and then he went back over to and kind of hovered by his favorite mountain. I don't, he really likes it over there. I because I've seen quite a few ships over that direction, but
Hmm.
he specifically likes the woods up there. But he
Yeah.
was up the tree line for probably about a good half hour after I got home, and then he landed in his spot for a while. And then he took off again. Now he's above the trailer last time I saw him. So
Okay.
it's pretty cloudy out tonight, but he stays just underneath the cloud line.
Oh,
So
good.
I mean
So people that know,
that's the only thing
so
that
for
new that I've
yeah,
noticed.
so people that if they don't know who Mikey is, April, you want to, because we do have other people here who might not have heard the story. You want to give a brief synopsis of who Mikey is?
Sure. So, Mikey is a starship, actual living being that has been he's been around me now for probably a little over a year. And at first I thought he was a star because he was just up in the sky, but then I noticed that the star started moving like positions, and he was in like one day he'll be like by my front yard up in the sky, and then the next night he'll be in the backyard up in the sky, and then I see him across by the mountains. He's just been moving all over the place, and it's the same star that I've been seeing. But then the star started to come down closer into the atmosphere to my property, and then started to like change shapes and colors. It's a rainbow like orb type star that is actually a living being, which I didn't know until the last, I don't know, couple of months. I started realizing it was an actual living being's craft type
Yeah.
thing. And I don't know
Mm.
how else to describe them, but people say that they see those rainbow ships or stars, that's what
Hmm.
Mikey is. He's one of those, but it's an actual living being, and he interacts with me. He's been the last few weeks he started following me home from work. So he's out there waiting for me, and as soon as I start driving, he's following right along with me.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, a few nights ago I started talking to him, and he gets real excited now when I talk to him. He changes shapes, and he lets me record him, and he'll do all these he'll brighten up, he'll shrink his size,
Yeah.
and he's a pretty cool being. But I asked him if I could give him a name, because I wanted something to call him, because I just didn't want to say the star, and
Right.
he agreed to it. And so I threw out some names, and he chose Mikey, so that's his name, is Mikey.
Right. And that's because he chose a name. You know, she has video of Mikey too on her page. If you go to her main page, she videotapes everybody, documents everything on her property. She's
Everything.
in the mountainous areas of northern Vermont. And so everything April shares here is absolutely true. Everything that she documents is absolutely true. Photos, the video footage. I love the video footage again, as I said last night, of the large spaceship and the littler ships that were in this video. And for the type of cameras we have on planet Earth with cell phones, to be able to get that kind of clarity, even I think sometimes because the ships operate at a different frequency, you can only get as much as you can on the camera, but it's still very good, a very good
Yeah, I wish
video.
I might actually have really good cameras. It's just there's so much energy on my property that it's hard to get through the energy without it looking really pixelated. And so, it's like I could go off of my property and my pictures are clear as day. But as soon as I'm on my property filming, there's so much protective energy on my property
Yeah,
that pixelates all my pictures. It's
yeah.
crazy. I mean,
And now,
there's literally a force field around my property
oh, there is
Ashtar Command, and my star family has placed
Star
it,
Family
and
too.
also the fairies have placed this. So I've got like these triple bubbles over my property. So it's really hard to kind of break through that with the camera to get clear footage.
Mm. And we have, speaking of which, we have Nikki D, who's been here before. Nikki,
Hi,
good
Nick.
evening. Welcome to the show. Nikki, you there? What's happening, Nikki? Nikki, can you hear us? Does Nikki realize that she popped in to want to go on live? Nikki, are you with us? I don't think Nikki's hearing me. Nikki, we'll bring you back on. If you want to come back on, please let us know. That was really weird. You know, weird things do happen on this show. Always. And if you think I can figure every one of the weird situations that occur on encounters, it's like being in the Twilight's cosmic zone sometimes here. Like, I've changed the name of the Twilight Zone to the Twilight's Cosmic Zone. Did you catch that? If you guys are really quick, you'll catch what I just did.
Hey, I like your shirt, Commander. That's really cool.
Yeah, this is actually a piece shirt, but it's really I like really well made tie dye piece shirts, and I always wear a piece shirt. You know,
I like that. That's really cool. I like that shirt.
yeah,
I have I
it's
have
all good.
I'm a big tie-dye girl myself. Since I moved up here to Vermont, there's a lot of tie-dye stuff up here from
Oh, in Vermont, yeah, there's
a
tie
lot
dye
of
everywhere.
goodies. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just went and got me a couple of Vermont. I got a Vermont tie-dye hoodie, and then I got me a Vermont tie-dye T-shirt to go with it. And then of course I had to get the tie-dye shoes. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. I got tie-dye
I'm
shoes.
looking. I'm gonna be trying to find tie dye sneakers. I'll probably find them, and I'll wear those during the warm weather. You know, I would wear those. I'm no problem on the tie dye. So again, I have noticed something when things is on high vibration, TikTok starts to glitch.
Uh-huh.
You're absolutely right, Maddie. When on my show, if you'll notice, because we always operate in high vibrations, when I'm talking or something, um, you might hear at times me vibrate. Or you might even see it when you're on TikTok yourself individually on a different TikTok, or just being on TikTok. I know on this show, many times when we have people on the show, there's a vibrational pattern of energy that is very, very direct. Can you make some tie dye shoes? Nikki, I bet you could. You could probably make some tie dye shoes.
Oh, you can. You can get the white sneakers and make tie-dye shoes, but mine aren't Fila's. They're really cool though. I love them.
Yeah. And in terms of the crop circle, I shared a video that was taken of a crop circle. It's on my main page. It's really getting a lot of hits. It was in outside of St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is a city, but outside of St. Louis, there is actually farmland, and not everywhere in St. Louis is there snow on the ground. And this crop circle, as I was watching the video, I got that it was actually created overnight into today, or well, it was yesterday. Now we're into Wednesday morning, but it was Tuesday morning that it actually was created over the night. A person with a drone took a video cam of it, and it's pretty amazing.
That's really cool.
Cool.
I've had a few small crop like circles in my woods. There's some like high grassed areas that are like in I don't know along sides of the trails, and there were it was like smashed down into it looked like somebody had like taken something and just smashed down the grass,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was an intricate design put in it. Um, um, but it was only it was believe it or not, it was only there for like 3 days, and then the grass was popped right back up. It was really weird. I
Yeah.
wish I
See.
had videotaped that. That's the only thing I didn't videotape that because I was up there playing my flute. I didn't bring my camera with me. I usually always carry it too. It was the one day I
Oh
didn't
wow.
bring it. I saw this out there, and but it was out there for three days. It was out there, and then the grass popped up like it wasn't even there. It just like popped
Wow.
right back up. It was really cool though.
Yeah. It's sometimes that'll happen with crop circles. And I know my friend Colin Andrews, he documented hundreds of crop circles for a long time. And if you've heard of Colin Andrews, he lives in Connecticut in the United States, and I am, I don't see him very often, but he's on Facebook. He posts on Facebook, and he knows everything there is to know about real crop circles. And every year, it seems like in England, in Salisbury Hill, that region, there are a lot of crop circles that are made. Now, there have been contests where students, college students, art students have created crop circles, but the real crop circles, when you go into them with a radio frequency thing, there'll be a sound that comes from them. If it's students or art students that are creating a crop circle, there'll be nothing in there but just whatever they created. There won't be any feeling of energy or anything from it. But the real crop circles, you'll definitely feel a sense of energy, something really interesting.
Yeah, that's how I noticed it was because the vibration next to it was um it like when I'm around or in contact with space beings or ships or around, I feel like my whole body just has this vibration about it that it's almost like it's hard to explain. It's almost like pure joy, like when you're super happy to see someone like you haven't seen in a really long time and you get really excited and you just get that jolt of like excitement and joy,
Yeah,
that type of feeling, that it was like you could feel that. Like when I was walking past it, I got that sense, like I was really happy to see somebody. But and then I happened to look over and notice that this piece of grass, the circle of grass, was like smashed down in this intricate design. It almost looked like a snowflake. It was beautiful. It was really
yeah.
pretty. I
See,
wish I, like I said, I wish I had had my phone with me. I would have definitely, captured something on it. But it was, like I said, it was only there for about 3 days, and then the grass was just back up like nothing had been there.
wow. And Victoria, thank you for the heart puffs. I appreciate that so much, Victoria. Thank you. Well, we're getting up to 12:21. We've been on for since about 10:19. So we're doing good tonight. We're not going to get to sleep late. We're gonna sleep out here again, as I'm healing. I'm feeling much better than I did the other night, physically, and we're just hopefully gonna get this thing healed up and good to go. So we appreciate everybody out there. You're watching Encounters, the late night UFO spiritual talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. My co-host tonight is my good friend, Friends with Fairies, April, up in northern Vermont, and she has activity constantly with the space people happening almost every night, without a question. So you can always count on her to have a story to tell from up there in northern Vermont, with the starships, the space people, you name it. She's documenting it. It's all beautiful. So I guess what I want to do is thank everyone for joining us tonight. That's right, Judy Jude. April is awesome,
Uh,
and I want, so April just said you were awesome. I mean, Judy Jude. April said you were awesome. I know Judy Jude said you were awesome. Now my mind is kind of fading a bit.
Commander's getting
Um,
tired.
and soon I'll be calling everybody somebody else's name. But yeah, no, but it's a good show. I want to thank everybody here. Please follow each other. Everybody, if you're not following me or friends or anybody here, everybody follow each other. I'm always about uplifting everybody on as a talk show host, and you can do that by just following me. And I want to get up to 100,000 followers before summer, so we can do it. I'm pretty sure we can do it. And J, everybody follow J. J has a story to tell, and we need to get them up there. J has, let me see here. They only have 67 followers. I have 176 people. Every single person, before you leave the show tonight, follow J, DAJ. If you see DAJ there, if we can get them up to 200 followers, I'll be able to have them on before the end of the week on the show. Everybody become friends with J. That's DAJ. You can see the little sunshine symbol of the sun. Just friend him or she, and hopefully we'll get them up to that point. Let me see here. 74 followers now. Let's get them up to 100. We're at 74 for .j. Thank you for the heart. .j's at 74. Let's make it 100. Over 100. If we have enough people on here, I can get them up to 200 in no time. Let's see where we are. I'm going to double check again. 78. That's not enough. 78. We need to get up to 100. .j to 100. At least if we get to 100 tonight, we'll work on the next few nights getting up to 200.
How are you doing on your goals there, Commander? Did you get your 5 galaxies?
Not yet, April. I got 1 galaxy tonight.
Oh, come on! You do better than
I
that,
have
Commander.
I need to get 4 more galaxies before I sign off. I always have a goal. April knows this. I have a goal on every level of cosmic work. Thank you, Rabbi, for the roses. So we're gonna, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do towards the end of the show. We're gonna have a contest. We're gonna do a contest here, and we're just gonna let all the people with TikTok coins go crazy. Those that have them, we're gonna let you go crazy right now on the show and gift us. So you can do any gift you want. You can choose anyone you want, any of the gifts, whatever the coin is. We're gonna let you go at it right now at 1, 2, 3.
Oh, don't get Kit Kat going. She's the Rose Queen. I'm telling you. I'm telling.
She is.
She is the Rose Queen.
And it's 12:20. And it is 12:25. We're over 100,000, 107 likes. We appreciate it so much for everybody that tapped. Now we're going to do my final thing on encounters, the gifting process. So how it works is One Toyota started it with a rose. He's got the lead right now on the rose. So we're going to have a little bit of a beautiful spiritual gifting process unconditionally here. Honey McReynolds just did a galaxy. That's 2 of 5 galaxies. We're going to see we have 3 more galaxies to go. But you can gift us anything you want on the show here to show your love for the work we're doing. And if you don't have any TikTok coins, don't worry about it. Really don't. Kit Kat's starting with roses too. Kit Kat's got she's got the roses going.
Oh yes, she does.
Maddie's got the finger heart going. Kit Kat's got the roses going. 19 roses. Maddie's got 3 of the. Diana's got the rose going, 1 rose. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to watch the screen here on encounters and see who's going to beat who out. Maddie has another 2 finger hearts. Those finger hearts are really good. She got 2 finger hearts. So we're going to see what else is going to happen here. We're going to let people just
see a whale. I want to see that whale.
We're going to let people go for it.
Oh,
we got also the hand heart. Jackie F did a hand heart. Beautiful Jackie F. That's a beautiful thing. We love that. Something about holding the hand heart, And we got hand hearts going. We've had all kinds of stuff. We're going to keep it going here towards the end of encounters. We're going to thank all our guests for being here on the show tonight. And we're going to let you just go for it. So, and for the next minute or so, just go for it for a free-for-all of gifting to the show with Commander. And then at that point, tomorrow is going to be Valentine's Day. So enjoy your Valentine's Day. There's a good night. Oh, Jackie F. Oh, boy, she's got some good stuff going. Judy Jude. She's got some roses happening here. I'm going to have to get a big vase for Judy Jude's roses. She might be she's going to probably beat the rose people out. She's over 20 roses. She's 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
This is encounters. Lisa's going to do Cupid tomorrow. Okay, Lisa. That'll be good. The Cupid tomorrow sounds good. I think that's good. Well, I think the galaxies did really well, and all the other gifts were really great. So I want to thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
This has been Encounters. Yeah, really. And our co-host was April tonight. And sometimes we have different co-hosts. Sometimes Chesno's on, or Grace, my co-host, or the rabbit hole, my co-host. So thank you everybody for your support, and remember, keep your eyes to the skies. All right.
Love
And
you.
I would sing you a song.
Yes, Commander, you have to.
I'll sing a song before I go off planet. Would you like to hear a song?
I would. I know I would.
Okay.
I haven't heard a Commander's song in a while.
So, how many people would like to hear me sing a song? Not only am I a talk show host, but I'm a singer. I can sing. No one. I have many different talents in life. So I'm going to sing you a song. I'll thank you for the roses, but I'm going to sing a song for everybody. This is a made-up song, and my song goes out to all of you and all our space brothers and sisters of Christed Light. So here's my song. Give me a moment. We love you. We always have loved you beyond your earth. We have come here to celebrate a new earth and a birth. We love you, we always have, and we are with you now. When we come in mass, you'll see us in the skies. When we fly our ships, they are many colors of the rainbow that shines in your heart. We love you, we see you, we've been with you forever. We're your star family, and we are coming soon to Earth. How'd you like that?
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Commander.
Okay, so that's my made-up song, recorded on my show, and all my shows are on TikTok. I'm on not only TikTok, all my shows are on YouTube. Ashtar Command Spaceship News, Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube, and you can watch all the shows on there. All the shows. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Honey McReynolds. We appreciate that. And if you like the song, please show your support for me singing. Rabbi's doing it.
Thank you so much.
Any last minute gifting? The gifting is great. And all the gifts you're sending to Friends with Furries will help her to be coming down here for our C5 in April. So that'll be really good.
And happy
Diana, Vicky.
Valentine's Day to you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
And
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Judy Jude, thank you for the good night. And we will see you soon. It's now 12:31. And do you know where your star family is? I had to say that.
We're right
Take care,
here.
everybody. April, right here on TikTok. Everybody take care. We'll catch you tomorrow night here. No snow tomorrow, so I'll be able to get out. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Be well.
Love you guys. Good night.
Yeah, Richard Dawson. Yes, you come back tomorrow night. We'll be on live at about 11 p.m. Eastern. All right, folks. Take care.
Have a good night, everybody.